Hello, Anais Salas with Patreon Sage here on YouTube. Thank you for stopping by my channel. It's a new channel and I established this card reading channel as a means to stay connected with my own internal guidance, which had been interrupted in some respects, had become cloudy, and my direct connection was being compromised. And so I, in a sense, shut those channels down, though I'm not someone who channels in the traditional sense of the word. I never have been. And so I found that being able to use the tarot card decks and the oracle decks helped me maintain a connection to my own internal sense of knowing and intuition, which I could trust. So I began this channel in May, and I began doing card readings, experimenting with doing card readings in May, and then I established the channel. And I am so thankful for all of you who have watched and appreciated and left messages and comments. You're amazing. So the message that I have for you today before I do a reading is that it may be that in this month of December, YouTube is going to make a decision to shut down, close down, disable channels that are not monetizing content because we take up bandwidth and we're not making any money for them. That is me. I'm not here doing readings to sell products or make money on this channel, Patreon Sage. I do have a Patreon page. The information is included in this reading. I do hope that you will click on the link and visit my Patreon Sage page, where I will continue to upload readings. And for those of you who become members at the Sacred Union level, I will continue to generate extended readings. I probably won't do more than 1 or 2 readings a week at this point, because I have been through such a deeply transformational process that began in early October, and it's still ongoing, and it has led to the creation of a really wonderful new transformative program for women who have mothers with whom their relationships are difficult. So this might be something for you to check out. If you are aware that you have a mom who subtly competes with you or is jealous of you, or whom you have a sense that you can't quite trust her emotionally, despite the words that she says to you or because of what she says to you, and you are aware that her words and actions are not in alignment. So that the name of that new program is Your Story or Your Life, Me to Mom. And in this program, I delve really deep into how is it that so many women identify as victims through the Me Too movement. How is it that so many women are in the position of finding themselves having to agree to being abused or used, and they're unable to say no when those situations arise? I'm fortunate in that I've always been able to say no. I'm fortunate in that though I haven't had a great deal of those experiences, but when I have really stood up for myself. And I want to share with you the dynamic of the Me Too mom, because I am aware that my relationship with my mother and her relationship with her mother have been part of contributing to how women collude with our own oppression and our own abuse. And it's so much easier to not look at that or see that. But in this amazing transformational journey I've been on in the last 2 months now, I am excited to share with you what has been revealed and shown, and how to share the information with all of you who may be in the situation of having a competitive and jealous mother. So I hope that you will check out the information that I'll be posting on my Patreon Sage page. My Patreon Sage page on Patreon. That will be happening the second week of December. Right now, I'm still formulating all the elements of the program, and I am ready to invite people onto a first call, a kind of a soft webinar on this topic, and to find out how this dynamic may be operating in your life, how it's affecting your relationships and your career. And I'm happy to be in a place of deep vulnerability where I can share with you how this dynamic has affected my life, my professional opportunities and choices, and my close relationships, including those with my own children. So, with that said, I'm now going to begin the reading. And I do thank you, every one of you who have taken the time to just look at my information. All right, I've begun this reading using my Dreaming Way tarot deck. And this is a reading for the Divine Feminine. So I'm going to take you through this reading step by step, and I will show the cards to you as we go along. And this reading is indeed a very, very interesting insight into what challenges the Divine Feminine might be experiencing at the moment. We've just come through a new moon, and we're about to enter a new year. And what have you been challenged by in 2019? What have been the glass ceilings within yourself or your external life where you've felt you haven't been able to move through some energetic boundaries and barriers, and you're not sure why they're there, but you're working on them? And this is all within the context of your ascension journey. And of course, it's in the context of your sacred union and how you are balanced in meeting the beloved, your male and female energies within you, first and foremost, in a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 energy relationship with Source. And that is an essential part of realizing what your ascension journey is about. We're going from an emphasis of 2/3 electric masculine and 1/3 feminine and no part of Source to 1/3 Source, 1/3 feminine, and 1/3 masculine. This is a huge shift. All right, so with that, I'm going to begin the reading. And the first card is 8 of Wands. This is all about fast moving energy, and it has to do, wands actually represent fire. They represent the fire element because a wand A wooden wand can be burned and used to generate fire and a signal fire, all kinds of fire. And it also is aligned with new growth and the fire of passionate energy to embrace new opportunities, or the passionate energy to transform and be on our journey of ascension with tremendous commitment. And in the here you see this is a very kind of organized energy. It's not chaotic. These wands are not flying in a haphazard way. So here you are opening this reading, Divine Feminine, with a strong message of fire coming into your environment to help you move into your 2020 awake, aware, and fully empowered. Now next we have the Ten of Wands, which for me, in this reading, Divine Feminine, is a progression. You're going from the 8 to the 10. And in this progression, you have taken in this information, you have integrated it, and you are going to put these wands down. And my guess is that you're going to build a beautiful fire with them, a purging fire, a fire that will light your way. And at the same time you're doing this, you are also putting down all of the burdens that have prevented you from lighting your own fire and seeing your path clearly. The next card we have out is the Ace of Pentacles. And what I'm feeling is happening for you, Divine Feminine, is as you're putting these passionate wands down to generate a light big enough for you to see your path clearly with obstructions out of the way, you are being given the gift of the Ace of Earth. And in this instance, I like to see this as not so much as a pentacle, because we can associate pentacle with black magic. That is just one of my own biases. But at any rate, you're being gifted with a new opportunity to manifest and co-create abundance, material, emotional, earthly resources, abundance in your life using your passionate energy, which you are going to be using in a new way. Now, next out, we have the Two of Pentacles. So the Ace has brought you to an opportunity to make a decision. It's here. It hasn't gone away. But you are considering how you're going to use this new opportunity in awakened balance. Balancing your Divine Feminine and balancing your Divine Masculine. So this new opportunity for abundance comes through with clear intention. And you're aware of this, and you're moving forward with this examination within you of how you're going to be in balance within yourself and bring that balance into your external life, Divine Feminine, with this new opportunity. So you can see that the one pentacle has already become two. Now here we have the Page of Cups next. And this is a card for me that shows that, Divine Feminine, you've been struggling with filling up your own cup. And here you have the fish energy coming. They're ready to jump into your cup, but is there any water in it so that they can be comfortable in that environment and thrive? So the Page of Cups is learning how to bring in the emotional fluidity and the consciousness that allows for abundance to thrive. And here you're relying on just yourself with a teapot on your head, and that's not going to work, but you'll find that out, and you're learning this. But you do have a cup, and you do know that this cup needs to be filled. And the part of what you've been working out is how to fill it. And you're beginning to be aware that filling it yourself isn't going to work. Now, next out, interestingly, we have the Ten of Cups. For me, this shows that your energy right now, you've made a quantum leap in understanding that being isolated and alone isn't going to fill your cup, isn't going to fill your emotional balance needs to enjoy your life. And you have made a quantum leap in your ascension journey to having gone from 1 cup to 10, and now being in a group energy that can be part of all of you filling all of your cups. This is beautiful. So this is a wonderful dynamic that you've been working through. All right. Now, how have you been applying yourself and your choices in this first row of information? Sorry for bumping the camera. Here we have mouse energy from the animal spirit deck. Mouse energy implies it's grounded energy. It's about paying attention to detail. Nose to the grindstone, sniffing everything out. And here it's as if your wands have lit up, and now you're paying very close attention to the details so that you know what to do with your Two of Pentacles in your decision making. So you're aware of needing to shift from being a Page of Cups and wanting to find the way forward so that you reach your Ten of Cups. So right now, Divine Feminine, you may be paying a lot of close attention to details around where you are in your life. If you're in a new adventure, could be that you're doing something new and creative. Could be that you're paying attention to one particular aspect of your life that's very important to you, or to multiple aspects of your life, so that as you look at all these details, they come together and make sense. And you feeling grounded in this process. So the next thing we have is the Hanged Man. Here's the Hanged Man. This is coming into a new perspective. Your world is being turned upside down. Now, this is in a good way because this isn't the Tower card. This is gaining a new perspective, and perhaps life and your higher self has put you in this upside down position, and you may not be comfortable in it, but you're in it and you're having a good look around. Because you're following, and your higher self is following the energy of, let's take a look at what's really going on. Now, next out, we have the Hanged Man. And here, I love this juxtaposition of these two cards, because here you have the Hermit shining a light on you and saying, look here, see this from your new perspective. And there, the Hermit is holding a wand. And the Hermit is inviting you to spend time on your own, quietly, examining your new perspective and giving yourself time to learn from it and to make new choices. Okay. Now, next out, we have the Magician. And this is a beautiful progression, because once you take the time to see the new perspective and to take the time to examine it and feel your way through it, you're going to discover your co-creative self from this new perspective. And for me, the Magician isn't about magic as much as it's about being an empowered co-creator who can work with all of the Earth's elements of air, water, earth, and fire, which are represented in this card. Okay, so this is a beautiful through line timeline of transformation for you, Divine Feminine. Now, next out, we have the World, because you're being accountable to your own journey and your own transformation. And you're taking the new perspective and the time to examine it and feel your way through it and integrate it and to bring your co-creative energies to it. And now you're making something wonderful for yourself with it, with what you've been given. And the next card out is the Sun. So again, this is a really beautiful message to you, Divine Feminine, that what you're doing right now, what you're focusing right now, in detail, is going to bring you to an entirely new opportunity, new learning, innocence, vulnerability, all the wonderful things about being new in the world and having new opportunities. So in a way, we can look at this and we can say that the energy has gone very quickly from here to here to here. Now, this may take you some time. You may be approaching this path. You may be in it already. You may be at this point, or you may be beyond this point. But Divine Feminine, you're coming into really focusing on your needs and yourself and finding that you are bringing your life into a place that is just completely fulfilled. The Sun in the tarot deck is the best card. It is the card of complete fulfillment. Emotional, physical, spiritual, wonderful. And supporting you in this next phase of your experience is Hummingbird. And Hummingbird is all about joy. So, Divine Feminine, you may be feeling that you've come through a real major breakthrough in your life and in what you'd like to do with your life and who you're becoming. And you're feeling joyful and excited about it. And you're ready to take flight. This is a card, Hummingbird is air. So now we've transitioned from fire, earth, water, and now we have here air. So you are in a very, very healthy place and you're ready to fly. Next out, still moving along, we have the Six of Cups. And so from the place of having arrived into the Sun and being able to expand it into sea, you're able to reflect back on wonderful relationships that were in balance and where you were giving and receiving love and support in community or in a one-on-one. And here you have, for me, this card represents, in this depiction, I love it because it's a Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine appreciating each other. And here you see the Divine Masculine is kneeling and presenting cup of love to the Divine Feminine. And this is actually in divine order. Because again, we have 1/3 source, then we have 1/3 feminine energy, which is essence, and then we have 1/3 masculine energy, which brings the structure of source creative flow and feminine essence into a form. So this is you recognizing that that's the natural order of things. And next out we have the Five of Wands. And so here, this is a progression of recognizing how unstable and disruptive and difficult this process was for you. Five wands, and maybe 5 of these wands where these masculine energies are all fighting with each other. There's no feminine energy here in this depiction. So in recognizing divine right order, you're also able to see what is part of your past and what has gone into, what is part of the burdens that you have put down. All right. Now, interestingly, next out, this is fun. We have the Queen of Pentacles holding the Ace of Pentacles. So this is really beautiful because it's almost now as if you are holding this baby and it's internalized as part of your own empowerment, and that is helping you to really feel confident in your ability to provide for yourself and whoever you welcome into your world in terms of a new relationship or a new life or a new endeavor that's going to be part of your manifesting, in a sense of being a co-creator, what is just right for meeting your needs. Now next out we have strength, because now you're moving forward in an energy of confidence and strength. And here I love it because not only do you have earth, water, air, and fire behind you and with you, but now it's like the animal kingdom. The king of the animal world is also walking alongside you, protecting you, and being part of your next phase of transformation. And perhaps your next phase of transformation, here you have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is about a new love opportunity. And perhaps what you're coming into in your new love opportunity is the opportunity to give and receive unconditional love for yourself and from who you are in your heart of hearts. Beautiful opportunity. And next out, we have the Ace of Wands. So you have the Ace of Cups, just taking you back to the Ace of Wands. Beautiful acknowledgement of this kind of spiral of this fire, passionate wand energy. And in this reading, you've also had the Ace of Pentacles. This is a very, very dynamic reading, Divine Feminine, for you. You are in flow and in passion and on purpose. And supporting you or validating this journey for you in these cards, Divine Feminine, here we have the Crow. And the Crow is a wonderful counterpart to the hummingbird. Because look at this, we have this circle filled with energy, this glittering object of beautiful, intense energy that is being carried by the crow, while here we have the hummingbird in joy flying into this energy. This is a wonderful balance here. Both are still air energies. So you have earth, air, water, fire, and you have the sun. I think the core of this reading for you, Divine Feminine, is coming into this sun energy by having been able to transform your perspective. And you know what this transformation is about. I'm not going to tell you what it's about. But know that you have had the willingness to allow a new perspective to bring you into a very new place in your life that is going to serve you well. All right, so I love this reading for you, Divine Feminine. I think it's a very beautiful reading to bring you in energetically into 2020. There's lots of potential for here for you, lots of growth. And so I also pulled out a few additional cards, Shaman Oracle. And the first card we have out here is the Hunter. Now, Divine Feminine, this may be the energy that you have moved into such a beautiful transformational energy from. I like to look at this. If we go here and we look at the Eight of Wands, and then we look at the putting of the burden down of the wands, I like to look at, have you been having to use a lot of your energy to defend against being hunted by something that you were unaware of, something unseen? And you were able to organize your own inner resources to get to the point where you could burn a big enough light to see this hunter and to put the burdens down, that this hunter coming after you, pursuing you, if that's the case, and you'll know, you'll resonate with this if this makes sense for you, but you've been able to burn a light, shine a light, and the hunter has been seen. The hunter has been witnessed by you for what it is. And in this witnessing, and you're being unafraid to see the hunter, you have been brought to a new opportunity to generate a response, a healing response to this dynamic in your life. Yes, and now you have been in this dynamic, you have moved yourself onto a new timeline. And on this new timeline, you were invited into a new perspective. And this whole second row of cards represents the new timeline that you were able to put yourself on the moment you became the witness of your own journey in the most open, loving, and profound way. And then, oh, here we have the sun again. So this is a confirmation that moving through this dynamic and changing your own timeline, trusting yourself and trusting your inner guidance, you have the sun again. Now here you can see that you are in a dynamic where you're witnessing, but what are you seeing? And here you have the sun, but here you also have some light that is being reflected back to you. And is this a different energy than this? You're asking yourself these questions. It's part of your witnessing. Beautiful. I see this as learning discernment. And here we have a winged being. And so we can look at this card as also aligning with these other winged beings. Air, also air energy that are in your process assisting you. And perhaps this is a way of gently being a form of strength so that you can be aware of what you need to be aware of, but not be overwhelmed by it. Not go back into fear with it. And lastly, oh, now here we go. We have the council. And I feel that this card of the council is beautiful because it's as if this energy of the hunter has been transformed by your witnessing process, right? And now you have this in a different perspective, and it's no longer a destructive force in your life. Yeah. And so, for me, this is, yes, you have the strength, because you can feel that on a spiritual level you have this counsel walking with you in power. And this counsel is reminding you that you always have an opportunity for love, and you have an opportunity for fire and passion as part of your transformational journey. And here, this is beautiful, because in a way, these cards represent awakening. The hunter, or fear, or any destructive energy in your life. Shadow, could be shadow. Then you have you coming in to be your conscious witness. Then you have time coming in to support you with a new timeline. Then you have the sun coming in to shield you and illuminate along with you in partnership. And then you have the wisdom moving in to be part of this journey. This is a journey in and of itself. And I love it that this card is an 11. Because 11 speaks to moving up into the higher dimensions, where you can meet the counsels within you, and you can deal with this energy in the higher dimensions. That may be part of where this hunter is coming from. So there you have it. I'm not going to do an extended reading today. I am writing a book. I am going to link a downloadable PDF to this reading, which does reflect, if you'll recall, back in October, I was opening up the template of the Unforgiven Mother. And so from the middle of October, the second week of October, till the very end of November, I have been working on that template as part of my life purpose. And I want to share that information with you. And so I have a document, a PDF that I will send to you. Hopefully you can open a PDF. And I have to upload that document and make it available to you. And I think the best way for me to do that, I can do it on my website, which is sourced.life/solutions. And I can probably also make it a downloadable document on my Patreon page. And I am going to post this general reading on my Patreon page as well, because I don't know when or if YouTube is going to close down my channel here. And I have to download, I have about close to more than 150, close to 100 videos at this point, which I have to download so that I don't lose them. I don't want to lose my readings. So that's going to take me some time, and I'm in the middle of writing a book and launching a new program. Anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to go deeper. Especially I want to thank the viewer who let me know that she had to try 6 times to watch my video about the Unforgiven Mother, because she felt there was so much interference trying to keep her from seeing it. With that said, please come to my Patreon page, because that ought to tell you something right there, and it told me a lot. It told me why my view count was down, because I am a frequency and an energy that is one that is very much on the ascension journey, in the frequency of truth and clarity, transparency, trust, and clear intention. And that's not the energy of the 3D construct. And Google is most definitely part of the 3D construct. All right, I'll leave you with that, and lots of love. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and that the end of your year, 2019, is one in which Source and your ascension journey bring you into ease, abundance, grace, peace, and moving forward in your ascension experience with delight, joy, amazement, and in safety with all in your world. All right, thank you very much again. This is Anais Salas, and I look forward to hearing from you on my Patreon page.